Gentlemen, to the Battlefield ESL 1 Seasonal Cup 3, we are through to the second day of the games, which means 2 semi-finals and a grand final on the way. First game, as I said, on Twitter at least, will be Fnatic up against MYM. So great game to start with. But before we get into that, let's just, make sure everyone's on the same page because, maybe you weren't here yesterday. Maybe you had something more important. I don't know what would be more important than the games, but still, maybe there was something and you missed out. But let's kind of take you through what you did miss. So the brackets for the games yesterday were as such, and as I mentioned, Fnatic MYM will be the top semi-final happening. So the route they took was Fnatic did have to take on the likes of Asus, and they won fairly convincingly. Following that up, another French side of Infamous got taken down quite cleanly as well, and I had the pleasure of watching Fnatic up against Asus, and I've got to say it, they look pretty dangerous right now. These guys are looking very much on point and on form. So Fnatic looking very good. But then again, maybe you could argue that MeetYourMakers had a harder route to the semi-finals. In the quarterfinals, they met Planet Key Dynamics, who have been a very strong upcoming German team who've kind of been turning a lot of heads towards their performances coming into this cup, especially in this season of the Battlefield 4 ESL 1. But prior to that, they did take down No Mercy as well, but MeetYourMakers having that bye in the first round, that was their first game. So both teams in the top semi-final actually not dropping a map. So very hard to call. You'll maybe have to weigh up their opponents, and you can't write Fnatic's out. You may think, oh, Infamous aren't maybe as strong as Planet Key Dynamics, but then again, Infamous did beat ESC. So, it's very hard to predict these things, but let's, head on down towards the lower side of the bracket, which is, a couple of teams we did manage to watch as well. And we did get to have a little glimpse towards Team Dignitas' performance, who will be facing Epsilon in the other semi-final, which will be following this game. And they managed to take down Pyrogen. Sadly, Pyrogen were playing with 4 for quite some time, so it's very hard to see the overall skill, but Dignitas, with the new additions and changes that they've made, have done brilliantly, and they looked very strong. And their first game, Dignitas, was United, so nothing too taxing for them there. I hope I'm not offending people, but, we'll we'll see. And then other than that, we have Epsilon, another very strong team tied at the top so far on points with Fnatic. So someone to be looking towards in this one to see how they're going to do. They'll be they have faced off against Exacquo and GC. So Exacquo, very strong side as well, took out Isuba. So Epsilon not having the easiest path, and just to keep you guys up to date, you can see the seasonal rankings here. Fnatic and Epsilon, as I said, on top. Pyrogen leaving us early in Cup number 3 just due to their performance against Dignitas, and Dignitas were just a bit stronger. So this is a certain chance for Dignitas to possibly get into this top 5, maybe even top 4 if they can, hope that Fnatic beat MeetYourMakers and they can beat their opponents and vice versa, and it all kind of ends up in this nice result. But as you can see, it is very close at the top here. It's not a easy way at all. But ladies and gents, we have some great games coming up today, and as I mentioned, first game's going to be pretty damn good. It's going to be a very important game as well for these guys because, as I mentioned, it is very close at the top at the moment. Both teams, Fnatic and MeetYourMakers, very close on points. Let me just double check how close they are. And let me see. So Fnatic obviously on top, as I mentioned, with 175 points. MeetYourMakers in 4th with 75, so they're not far from. But as we mentioned, if you win a couple of these cups, you're near on certain to get yourselves well within the top 3 because, a win is 100 points. So if you get that below your belt, it's pretty awesome. And MeetYourMakers, a team that took, well, they surprised a lot of people, to say the least. But they're doing well. They haven't won a cup yet. They had a bit of a lacking performance in Cup 2, and I kind of want to see who they faced off against, because they didn't get to the semi-finals, I don't think. No, they didn't. They went out early to Planet Key Dynamics there. So, Planet Key Dynamics are a team who are very, very talented, so I don't think we can say as much of a surprise, but I think it kind of bucked the trend a little bit. Planet Key Dynamics did go on to lose out to Epsilon in the end. We can have a little look there. And if you guys do want to check this out for yourselves and you don't trust me, you think I'm lying to you, which you never know, I might be, head on over towards battlefield.esl-1.com, or make it simpler and head over to esl-1.com. Both sites will take you through to this and you can check out what is going to be going on. But once again, I kind of ask you guys at home to get involved because without you guys, I go a little bit stir crazy, and I don't have a co-cast tonight until the finals, and I have someone lined up who might keep you guys pretty happy, to say the least. So make sure you stick around for that. And if you guys do guess who the surprise guest will be at the end, I don't know, tweet me and I'll see how many of you get it right, because it's not someone we've had on the show before. So make sure you tweet to me at They Call Me Pansy, because I kind of want to know who you guys think it might be and who would you like to have on as a special guest out of the Battlefield scene, let's say. let me know, because I'm kind of curious to see what you think. But I'm just going to check on these teams, see if they're actually in the server just as of yet. And we have a couple of players heading in, so Punchroll, Safe, and Drunks coming into the server, but not too many of them just yet. They're taking their sweet time, as we know these teams do, but we will be going live as soon as they're ready, and I can imagine it won't be too long. It's just them warming up, and I think they're actually saying, do you want to play 2-on-1, just to get this underway? But I can imagine the admins will be nudging them pretty soon. Oh, I'm seeing these special guests being typed out. As I said, give it a guess. You may get it right. It's not someone we've had on the show before. I'm just gonna wait and see if anyone goes for an early guess. I'm not sure if I'll tell you if you're right yet. I might leave it as a surprise. I think it's something that we should do. It's someone from DICE. No. But that's the only clue you're gonna get. But yes, special guest will be joining us for the finals, and they are pretty awesome. So. Red Eye or Joe Miller. I wish I could find them, but Joe's casting other games and Red Eye's in his retirement home. So it's neither of those two, sadly. I'd like to have him here, but that's enough tips for you guys. That's enough. No more. Anyway, there will be a special guest and we will be starting nice and quickly. Hopefully, it shouldn't take too long. I'm actually glad it isn't someone from DICE. Brad Pitt. You got it. Brad Pitt is turning up. He's a big Battlefield fan. He'll be joining us here. But I'm going to once again come to you guys in chat because, I'm waiting for the players, so I have nothing to tell you other than what I've just said. And basically, I want you guys to let me know who you think's going to win this one because by normal trend, it's going to be Fnatic and Epsilon in the finals. But we've seen, stranger things happen. And MYM are a very talented team, as are Team Dignitas. Will there be an early upset? That's what I want to get from you guys. Do you think there could be something happening here that could change it around? I don't know the maps just yet. We're going to wait on those. It will be a best of 3, both semi-finals and grand final. But who do you think is going to win the first game? Fnatic? On paper, the strongest side. I don't think anyone will argue with that. Picking up Drunks has been a great addition to their squad. But MYM always been brilliantly individual and very talented. So, where are your predictions, guys? I want to hear from you guys in chat. I am watching you guys. Poor Red Eye. It's all right. He gets looked after in the retirement home. They feed him like soft foods because he can't chew anymore. Maybe it's Chadman. I wish I could get Chadman over here, but, Germany's pretty far. MeetYourMaker. Okay, MeetYourMakers. I'm seeing that. I do like the MeetYourMakers name. Like, loads of people used to be like, oh, that's such a cheesy name, but I actually really like it. So, maybe it's just me. But anyway, I think Zavod will be the first map. So maybe that'll help your predictions, looking at how these teams play. Fnatic looked pretty formidable yesterday on that. We got to see them against, who was it? I think it was Infamous. And they looked so deadly. So hopefully, they can replicate that today if you are a Fnatic fan, because Valu was absolutely ripping people apart, and they just seemed so well oiled and a really cohesive team in comparison to maybe their kind of stale previous selves. I don't think they'll be too offended with me saying that. I think they'll understand, and they have made lineup changes. Winghaven taking a backseat, going to more of a supporting role, I believe, going from being a truly active member, but he's still around, so they still have the Spanish man within the lineup to bring the attractiveness when they need to do the Fnatic pictures. They'll still wheel him out, so don't worry. I'm German. Anyone else? Well, I'm in Cologne, so I guess it kind of counts, but sadly I'm not actually German. My German is really bad as well. I do need to kind of learn that one. So yeah, the first map will be Zavod. That was MYM's choice. Let me make note of that because map choices haven't been going to plan so far. Let me see what we've got going on here. So Zavod. I haven't seen MYM on this for a little while, and I will drop us into game so you guys can see what I'm seeing. There we go. Oh, cheat. I wish my teeth were better. Like, when you're a child and you grow up and you're like, I don't need any sort of advice. I want to eat sugary sweets all day and drink coffee. Not as a child. Coffee tasted bad as a child. But, back then I was like, yeah, that's what I'm going to do. It was such a poor choice. Anyway, I am live on ready in the server. We are just going to wait for these teams to get themselves prepared. Hopefully as well, we will be starting pretty soon. I think we're just waiting on the final member for MYM, and they're in the server, so we get underway nice and quickly. So we will be having Zavod first, and let's do MYM. Fnatic. I do end up talking to myself a lot here. When I'm solo casting, like, I wanted to keep the special guest just for the final. That's what I wanted, because, you know, I know these teams fairly well by now. I don't need too much help on that front, but I think it'd be nice for the final to have a little bit of a treat for you guys. So, Barracudas. I'm not insulting the rest of us British. We don't have much going for us at the moment, and I have tried to change some of the quality, so let me know if it's actually improved and actually helping. Hopefully it looks a little bit better than yesterday. I know it didn't look so beautifully wonderful. So let me know if the quality looks a little bit better. I always appreciate your feedback. And let me know if the sound is okay, if I'm too loud or too quiet. Obviously you can hear them warming up in the background. And let me just take you through the lineups while they are waiting. So Fnatic, you probably know them by now. Too Easy, Unfixed, Valutaja, Drunks, and Mort. It's going to be Drunks being the new addition. Coming in to replace Winghaven for now. Who's gone to that more backup role? He's not completely out of the team. You know, they can't let him down like that. Spanish people get pretty emotional. And MYM, they've got Punchroll, Flax, Ducky, he's changed his name, but Duckinator is what I'm going to call him. I'm not going to call him that, I'll get it wrong. Safe and Waffy. So, you know, a very competent lineup, very talented lineup. I'm looking to see what they can do here, but yeah, do let me know. I'm glad that the quality's a little bit nicer today. Hopefully it stays like that. But keep giving me updates and keep letting me know how it's going, because, you know, I see a perfectly clear picture, but whether or not you guys do, very different thing. So let me just get these maps written down. Paracel will be next, or Storm. See, I always want to say Parcel Storm, which it clearly isn't, but I do want to say that way. Paracel Storm. So this is looking a lot like Fnatic's kind of style of map. They've played very well on these last two, and Locker being the decider. I've never seen a team look so dominant. Actually, saying that, Dignitas looked very competent on Locker yesterday when I got to watch them. Jaquili was absolutely brilliant. So yeah, it'd be actually very nice. Chad did mention there, the Scar has been banned, and the Ace 52. So that's why I'm kind of letting you see the loadouts there with the AKs kind of being favoured a little bit, but it's the Ace 23 that seems to be the now kind of fallback gun. I did previously explain why they run with the angle grip and the muzzle brake, or just the standard barrel. If you can be bothered and you really want to hear these kind of things, head on over towards the ESL-1.com site and check out my previous explanation of this, because it's to do with the recoil, it's to do with the one-shot, it's to do with a lot of things. So get involved and have a little look there. And we are just going to wait for these guys to get themselves ready. Obviously, they want to be in the right position. And I've got to say, the Magnum at the moment has been looking ridiculously good. So let me just... There we go. Give him a heads up. Too Easy is calling me a slowpoke. I'm not sure if I'm okay with that. Horrible man. Tweet your prediction. Oh, but Chad, I'm in game now. God damn it. Right, I will look in between the games just for you. Obviously, I will check in between the maps. So any predictions you come through to me, do make sure you do it on Twitter at @TheyCallMePansy. I love hearing your thoughts and hearing your predictions. First map being Zavod, and that was MYM's choice. Second being Fnatic's, which is Storm. And then decider, if needed, will be Locker. So on paper, I'd say Fnatic's game, but you never know. MYM could come out and do rather damn well. So we will be jumping into this one in just a moment's time. And the thing I want to watch is basically what goes down on B at the very start. I will drop us into the overview map in a moment's time. But so for MYM, they will be starting on the Russian side. The US side will be Fnatic. And now we are moments away from getting underway into this one. And I can't wait to see what these two bring out, because, you know, these teams are so damn talented. It's unbelievable. Do not have more than one monitor. I have several monitors. Just, you know, they're filled with Twitch chat and XSplit. Don't judge me, Chad. Damn it. But we are going to go live, so guys, I'll stop talking nonsense. Keep your predictions coming through, and keep your updates coming through to me as well as to how you think the game's going and who's got the advantage and maybe who's not playing so well. So looking at the start here, as I mentioned, the US side being Fnatic, they're going for their standard start, picking up that C site and then heading over towards B. But look at the opposition, not going for the straight out exchange. We see an interesting pickup of actually running with that engineer class, trying to remove some of these walls, allowing the rest of MYM to push further forward, and they're actually going straight for the C site here, and it's going to be Ducky moving in for the cab. They're going to take down more, and they've actually overpowered them here. Only Too Easy left towards his side. He's going to have to do a bit of a clear-up mission. Dropping down the nade, doesn't get the connection he wanted, and he does get taken down. It's an AC hold coming in for MYM, and what a brilliant start, going for something completely unorthodox. I absolutely love seeing that. That is something very new and very different. MYM previously playing, maybe a more normal setup game here, but it seems that now Fnatic are on the back foot. They have the B site, but normally they have the CB hold, and they're happy there. This time, they're being ripped to shreds, and Flax and Safe doing the damage, taking down Mort and Drunks. It's not looking good so far, and that ticket bleed will start affecting and hurting Fnatic not too long from now. Safe holding the push towards A. The rest of the team setting up a nice crossfire, and it looks like Ducky just wants to buy more time. Gonna head over towards B, just, toy with it, tease them, keep them on the side, but he does get taken down. But look at Safe moving in now off that flank. He was holding the cross, but now he knows he can push in a little bit. And any bit of pestilence would be great, but look, Fnatic have overpowered C, so they're going to have to start focusing on B for MYM, as I don't think they can go for the flat-out challenge towards C. Oh, flat exchange coming through. Actually, a team kill coming in. Revive will happen from Punch, so it is now time for the B assault, and they are going to be picking this one up fairly unchallenged. Too easy, going for a bit of a lap of doom. Coming around the back, Ducky gets ripped to shreds by Too Easy. Going to hop up on towards these tanks, have a little look over, try and spot anyone out. Not much to be found. The rest of the team's having a bit of an exchange through mid. Valu doing what he does best, picking up the kills, dropping them out. Unfixed trying to split off as well. He's actually going underneath the opponents. They haven't seen him yet. And this could be great for Fnatic if they need another site in their hands, which they kind of do, as A and B once again and going over towards MYM isn't going to bode well for Fnatic, but they are making their move towards A. They have Drunks on there, and they do have a player waiting on the flank. Safe will be coming around now. He knows there's a player here, gets attacked, but he does not expect the cover from the back. We saw Unfixed going that long way around with the AEK in hand, and it's done the job. So AC hold, a little bit unorthodox, but let's see what MYM do now. They have to kind of find a way back in. They've got a nice ticket lead, and it looks like they want this C side. So Punchroll moving in, going to be playing from up top, and a couple of members from Fnatic did get taken down, and only one man really up at the moment is Drunks looking towards C. The others splitting out, maybe looking for where the respawn should come in from these guys, and Drunks actually being the last man alive might have a good spot here. He does take down two. He's opened up the side by himself. He gets at least one respawn of Too Easy towards him, and now here comes the rest of Fnatic flooding in. Unfixed on the site, nading in. Valu gets the respawn as well. They might be able to power over this C site as soon as they get the bodies towards it, but there is a lot of opposition laying in wait. Waffy being one of them, toying around now, just powers into this, gets taken down in the end, but this is a very close game. A has withstanded the onslaught. Fnatic maintain that, but they have lost out on C, so they now need to get themselves back over here. Unfixed and more are looking to get involved. B up for grabs as well. This could be a triple cap coming out, and actually MYM overextending, kind of being a little bit overzealous towards it. Might have kind of spread it a bit too thin, so picking up A as the kind of second winner's prize, it's not exactly the ideal one you want to be having, but they can hold it for now. But now you can see that Fnatic already pushing across mid, getting to their faces, not allowing them an easy, safe rotate. And look at this still, Too Easy doing work. He gets one down, doesn't get the follow-up so easily. Gonna drop out the nades, try and keep him back, does follow up with the pistol, so that's gonna keep A's attention really towards these players, only leaving Punchroll and a couple of others to focus back towards C. MYM's attention is really being dominated by Fnatic at the moment, and it looks like Fnatic could be going back for that triple cap. Drunks straight away pushing in, and that big ticket deficit is going to be evened up very quickly if it keeps going like this. C did get picked up in the end by MYM, and they're looking to kind of take it over and rotate towards the B side, but there are players present from Fnatic, and it's not going to be an easy push. So 100 tickets to 82, 2-1 hold to Fnatic. It's not a big lead, but it's certainly coming back their way. They need to start getting these tickets back under their belt, but look at Safe. Perfect spawn over towards this side. Going to be getting this one by himself. I don't think anyone can really challenge unless they get a random spawn around the back. We do see Punch splitting away from the rest of the side, maybe going back to try and clear this site out, but he's so tagged up, I don't think he can do much, and maybe more waiting on the respawns. This will stay a 2-1 hold, but Flax playing smart as well. Sitting back with that ace 23. Being careful. See if he gets any respawns towards him. 3 players defending. Flax now seems to be trying to toy around. Oh, he almost picked up value, but Mort creating that crossfire very well. Managed to maintain that C hold. So at the moment, MYM kind of stuck with what to do, and you've seen those tickets now just getting very even. Love you too, Fail Train. But still, this 2-1 hold is going to start making MYM panic a little bit, because at the start, they were really dominant. I think everyone can see that, but Fnatic just kind of getting into their own thing and really starting to do the damage. MYM's holding mid, now being challenged out by the likes of Valu and Unfixed. Let's stick on ball with Unfixed. He's top fragging at the moment for Fnatic. Running with the AEK at the moment. Going to be going for a little bit of a long-range shot, putting that gun through his paces, finding Wuffy and defending the B site while he does it, and leaving MYM with very little options here. They're struggling to find a way out. So they are literally stuck during this mid-cross, and there's no easy path through. With all the cover in place, they're left down to kind of splitting across the sides. Punch has found a little bit of a clearer path as the rest of his team have gone down. I'm curious to see if he can make a way, kind of force his way through towards C. He's using the back routes. He could get some respawns. One of his team is split underneath. They're going to have to try and do this movement by overextending one way and sending one man towards the other, because in a flat-out 1v1 fight, it seems to not really work too well for them. So they've found another way. They're going to be picking up A. They've picked up C. Actually, no, they're losing out on A, as Drunks did do a counterplay, making his way over there as he knew that C was going to be lost. So now, MYM have to once think again. They do have the more ideal site. If Save can pick up this site on his own, it'd be a miracle. There are Fnatic players literally everywhere. His team know it. He's watching the cross. He's giving away his position. Value finding Punch is not going to help. That's going to make C a bit vulnerable. You can see them round that east side, now pushing in. Mort from down below, looking to cause trouble. 47 tickets left with the opponents of MYM. They were going low. They've turned it around, but look, they've lost out on C already, and they've been forced on a very quick rotate. Is it still too dark? Okay, I'll try and up it for you guys. We'll see how it goes. But we are going to see how this one ends up, and I can change it in between. That's what I'm here for. But while the game's going on, we'll have to stick with it. So, unfixed. Still looking round, just trying to find a little bit of a pathway through to land that shot. He does find Safe in the end, alleviating some of the pressure away from B, but Wuffy is still around in the background, and this could be a triple cap coming in unless Wuffy can hold these guys off, and I don't think he can. 38 tickets is not a great deal. Oh, the nades just not connecting in the end, and they've been overpowered by Fnatic towards this B site. A is their last bastion of hope, pretty much, and they're going to try and do a swift rotate towards C, but already Fnatic are looking at trying to challenge this one, and 30 tickets is getting low, but let's kind of rewind our minds back here. Infuse lost a game with only one ticket left. So, Ducky now trying to push out. 2-1 hold in favor to MYM. A good spot here, but look, Fnatic, they're happy to take these slightly longer rotates just because they have this ticket lead at the moment. Value buying time on A. He's got support in the background. He can do this on his own pretty much, and he's done it on his own. While the rest of his team drew the attention towards that site, the likes of Mort and Co. joined with Unfix have created a lovely little crossfire by C, and this should be enough to really seal the deal. If they can maintain C and B, which they are, and just pester them at A, the game's going to be in the bag. It's not a big lead, but a lead is a lead, and that's what you need at this point. And we know that MYM are desperately trying to kind of claw themselves back into this, but being shut down on the point by the likes of Too Easy, just picking up the kills. He finally gets taken out, but A, too late to cause an impact. 9 tickets left. There's not a lot to do. So, 7 tickets, and you're just watching them tick down. They're trying to make a push towards B. Safe did do some work. The man who almost revolutionized that Scar H in play, but now being forced down to another weapon. Maybe lacking some of the ability he previously had, but bringing out a 2-1 hold towards the end. Wuffy doing most of the work, trying to just chip away at any sort of ticket lead that Fnatic may be able to convert into the second half here. So, Flax now down towards C. They're doing nicely here, but they should lose out towards this A side in the end, and then we see the 2-man split towards B. This should be the final push, and with 4 tickets left, even respawns become a problem. You're seeing only 4 alive because, well, if they respawn any more dead players than what they have up right now, they'll be losing out on tickets. So 3 now left. If this B side goes over towards Fnatic, it will be game over on the first half of the first map, should we say, and it looks like MYM just about maintain it, but as we said, respawns are now going to hurt them. They're trying to hold on. They're chipping away at the lead they had, but it's going to be a matter of time now. 3 tickets is all they're going to be working with. Another kill comes in, Safe round the back, holding on desperately towards his site. Unfix toying with them, and 25 tickets is getting low. The value taking down Flax is going to hurt them now. See these guys doing what they can. They're working this lead away from Fnatic as best they can do here. 19 tickets are getting them away. Value now just tries to make up the odds by pushing in towards the seed side. Getting these kills will make the difference. 1 ticket left, but look at the difference of tickets beside Fnatic. It's been done. It's a done deal, but it's only a 16 ticket lead to Fnatic. That is not a huge margin. That is fairly acceptable, and let's bear in mind, if MYM didn't drop down all those kind of they had a great start, let's just say, and Unfix had a great game, 22-6. If they maybe extended that great lead they had at the beginning, they could have done very well mid to late game then, and Fnatic really did have to work themselves back into it. But, interesting start. Let me try and drop the quality up a little bit once we get back into game. But once again, guys, I ask you, get involved via Twitter, via all the social media kind of routes that are also listed down below. Make sure you tweet to myself at They Call Me Pansy, because I like hearing from you guys. You know, some people say that you guys don't know everything in the world. I think Twitch chat does. I think you're all very smart. And I will be checking in with Chad's prediction. Here we go. Prediction. MYM takes Zavod. They've got a little bit of a comeback on their hands, but they certainly turned it at the end. Fnatic takes Storm, and then they just take Locker. So Fnatic 2-1 in the end, decided by Storm and Locker, the second and third map. But MYM can certainly do this. Looking at the way they played initially with that start that they brought out, pushing straight towards C from more the A spawn and challenging rather than going for the safety or maybe even pick up on B was a great start, and it worked for them. If they can do something similar to that now, could be a very good choice for them. But still, we'll be having to go back into this one in just a moment. They are going to be changing map over. For some reason, it's going on to Resort. I don't think we'll be playing that. You want me to say tuna? I used to like tuna sandwiches, so it's a very good filling. Good choice. But yeah, while the map loads up, we can have a little chat, and I'm hoping that the quality is okay for you guys. Now, I will be bumping up the brightness a little bit, see if that helps. You know, if that's what you want, we can try it. We'll see. So while we wait, I need to ask you a quick question, guys. Do you think 16 tickets really makes that much difference here? Because let's bear in mind, Fnatic, you know, they were on, I think they were on about 30, 40 ticket lead when they pretty much had the game in the bag. And it seems to be a common trend that teams kind of let it slip these days. They have this lead, they have a nice advantage of, you know, above 20 tickets, should I say. And they get a little bit sloppy or they go overly aggressive. I look back towards Railway yesterday, and Infuse just seemed to struggle when it came down to closing out games, and it seems to be happening here a little bit. And, you know, MYM seem to be playing until it really does just, you know, come right down to those last couple of seconds. Kind of curious to see your thoughts on that one, guys. And thank you for tuning in so far. All 228 of you, that's pretty damn cool. Got lower than 27? Yes, it did. It got down to 16. They are a very good team. Did I say 27? I'm lying to you guys. I'm very sorry. Not sure why I'd lie. But I am going to be putting up the brightness if possible a little bit. Okay. Alrighty. So a little bit brighter. Not by a long shot. I'm not going to do the 100% that you asked for. I'm going to do about 70. So hopefully that's enough for you. Hopefully it appeases Twitch chat. I like Fnatic. I've liked them since 1.6. Fnatic has always been a prolific organization, and it's awesome to see them involved in this. So I think we are just about ready. So Fnatic will be starting on the Russian side. The US side will be MYM. And if MYM drop below 16 tickets, they've lost the first map. But still, 16 tickets, not impossible to do. You know, it's certainly a viable turnaround. Let's actually look what they're going for at the start here. And this is a far more normal beginning from these teams. There's no counter plays coming out, should we say. It looks like Fnatic will be picking up the 2-1 hold straight away, but it's not like MYM aren't in a position to turn this one around. They're going on a bit of a long flank here. Two players around the backside. The nades are coming in. He's just about avoided them. And there will be Flax there, making a long rotate round towards the back of B, but he didn't expect the player on the side, assuming his two teammates may have taken him down. And, well, they didn't. So at the moment, 2-1 to MYM. They've turned around. They didn't have the great start, but they certainly worked it out. And Waffy decides that there might be a little bit of a sneaky counter cap coming out on A. Nades up and over, expecting cover from the back. He's holding it in place now. He's going to have to be careful, though. He knows there's probably more than one player here. He's going to go on a little bit of a mission, back away, and now he can be a pest. That's pretty much what he can be from this position. He can come in when they leave. He may force them to start chasing him off the site rather than just playing that safety game. So far, 135 tickets to 142. A very nice start for MYM. Their starting gameplay has always been very good. I miss Four Kings as an organization. That was a cool organization. Like, the name of it was always cool. And TLR, what a cool name. The Last Resort. Anyway, back into the game. I'll stop talking nonsense. at the moment, Fnatic is struggling, is what I'm pretty much seeing. Fnatic are not having the best of days right here. They are finally turning over that C site by winning out on these one-on-ones, taking down Flax, having 3 members there, and they still have a couple waiting to defend. You can see MYM's initial intentions every single time. All right, let's get back into the side. Let's get doing our work again. Let's start finding these weaknesses within the side because, as I mentioned, great early game, slightly slower late game, but I love this position Ducky's getting towards. If he actually went for it, I didn't go for the peek, but you can peek from those in towards the site and just check if it's clear. He's going on the long rotate, but now they're going to be trouble as Fnatic will get themselves in here. Valu now pushing, and he's going to spot out the player too easy in the background. Doesn't join in, he doesn't have to. The likes of Valu doing the work, but look at this Ducky going around the world here, looking for another way in, maybe to catch a couple of players on the rotate off, and doesn't actually challenge straight out on A, finds Drunks on the rotate, and now look, he's going to be heading straight towards C. They're ignoring these players, and Too Easy will be coming around the back, but I'm not sure if he's quick enough on the rotate, and actually these players could be in trouble. Morn has held on for now. He spotted 2 coming in. He waits for the shot. He gets the tag, gets the spot, gets down Flax with the assist. Moore finds 1, and they've actually been able to pile over towards the side just quick enough. Punch found 1, found 2. Punch is causing real damage. They're sending players out just to find him, and in the end, Too Easy will hunt him down and lock him down, and it's finally a 2-1 hold in favor to Fnatic this time. So I do want to stick on board with Valu. He had a fairly quiet game to start with. Actually, no. Let's stick on board with the guy who's playing extraordinarily well. Unfixed again. He had a brilliant game on the first half. Let's see if he can kind of reciprocate that again now. He's running with the AEK, as we said, angle grip and the compensator on laser sight as well in the Cobra. Not really causing too much of a difference, but at the moment, Unfixed still waiting for the push out, but pins it in the end. Waffy just breaks through there, leaving Drunks just by being on his own. He's still doing the damage though. He's taken out Waffy, but there is one more player. Oh, he don't know if he caught a glimpse then. There was a player over there. He finally does spot him out, and there we go. Catches him in the heels towards the end, and does take him out. Pushes forward after securing the site. As C is now a bit, well, in trouble more than anything. Fnatic's score has made me look a little bit more, acceptable. Words are hard today. 114 to 102. They've evened it up and brought it back. And once again, MYM, great start, but slow mid to late game. They just, they do well when their backs are to the wall and they have to prove themselves. But this mid-game kind of play that they need to lock down, they just seem to struggle a little bit with. They're finally in a good position. They've finally taken over A, they've finally got C, and they've got a nice back spawn, to come in from Fnatic. These guys are now going to have to work their way across the map quite far. Flax somehow is going to hold these guys back. These nades are not going to help coming back in towards him. 45 HP, he's going to get taken down. There's no way he could have held that on his own. And I'm not sure why he didn't get support. I think it's because MWM would rather challenge on B than A, but still, the tickets are getting all over them. Let's bear in mind, they still have that 16 ticket deficit. And that's a little bit more to worry about when you see these 2-1 holds coming out quite firmly for Fnatic. So I'm hoping these guys can find a little bit of security here on this C site. You can see those 2 players in, but every bit of cover was taken away. But the push seems to be happening through more of a mid position towards the A section, as they know the MYM are wanting this one, and they might be able to get it. There's 2 players here, one watching the cross, one tucked in on the side. Seeing Drunk split away, he gets found in the end by Ducky, but the push does become a flat exchange. Fnatic have won over in the sheer number of odds, and they should be able to pick up this side by themselves. But this kind of the last kind of stragglers coming in from MYM could clear up. Ducky's found 2, that's Valu and Unfixed down, and that's the side back in their hands. So a 2-1 hold will be coming out for MYM if they can just kind of thwart off the attack coming in towards this site right now, and they've just about done it. MYM hold on towards C, hold on towards A, and they're even leaving Waffy just to push out on B. Waffy there just looking around for any sort of place, and MYM are not playing aggressive. I don't know, I think they're trying to find the right style to play against Fnatic, and I don't know how to kind of sum up how MYM play in the mid-game. They don't have that aggressive attitude that they do occasionally. They do seem to like maybe leaving a little bit more of a passive player here or there, but at the moment they're struggling to claim these sites, and they do have a bit of a 2-1 against them, so it's not the ideal start, and they're just spread across mid. They're not focused as a team right now, and they're going to start really paying for it. But MYM have found the kills towards A, but A always seems like a bit of a backup plan rather than the site you want. So it looks like Valu's just going to hold the cross. We saw him playing this position yesterday, and my god, he played it perfectly, but he could get outflanked here around the side if Safe did push out. Very far back spawn for Fnatic coming in. This could cost them a trip cap against them, and looking at those tickets, they are all even, and Fnatic are not winning these one-on-ones now. MYM are stepping up. They're doing the damage they need to do, and you can see on the scoreboard, it's very even, but, at the start, it was MYM's game again. They lost it, but now they're bringing it back. Mort has split towards A, and they need to turn this round. A trip cap is going to rip those points away from you. It's going to cause such a bleed that you can barely recover, and Mort did not expect to push around the backside. He's got taken down. Safe can now come in and keep maybe even hold of this side. He only needs to keep it neutral, but he's going for this one. He's going to be surrounded by Fnatic players any moment now. You can see Too Easy spraying down, trying to remove any cover away from him. Safe desperately trying to escape, gets caught in the end by Drunks, and A will be Fnatic's. But now the push begins. Value tries to head over, gets denied in the end, and now Punchroll can, well, he's going to have to hold on against more. Too Easy is heading in. It looks like A will be Fnatic's as mentioned, but Too Easy not having a good easy time towards B. He's been stopped in his tracks, but Fnatic quickly switching up towards this C-side push, but that grenade just decimates Mort, takes these guys so damn low, and that's just raining down now. They're going to have to find another way. They can't head through. You can see the fire in every angle. Fnatic are struggling to find a path towards either of these sites. And right now, I've got to say, even Waffy's looking hungry to cause even more pain to Fnatic, as the tickets are getting very low for Fnatic here. They're down to just 39, and that little bit of a lead they may have had previously seems to have been ripped away, and who knows, even Chadman's prediction may come true here, as B now being capped back over, but it looks like C is the big challenge point at the moment. Drunks and Value picking up the kills, the nades landing correctly, B's theirs, and they're looking to pick up C as well. Fnatic are not happy with 2, they want 3, they're going to lose out on A. They're going to have to pick this one up quick if they want to stop the rot, because MYM, they were in the driving seat, finally kicked out of it. But let's see if Fnatic can do anything here. Value's going to be challenged down by 2. He's taken down by Punch. And now the counterplay from MYM comes back in. They want C. They don't want B. They want this site right here. 3 players dedicated towards this. A little bit of a cheeky play around the back from Too Easy, turning this one on its head. MYM are making their push, and this could be a good final stand for them, because 32 tickets is pretty damn low, and A is going Fnatic's way. It's going to be a trip cap against MYM. Ducky is weighing this out. He's trying to find a way through. We're seeing the exchange going down. MYM wins over towards that C site, and they're going to have to find another way through now, because the tickets are near on even. You take in the deficit they have of 16, it's pretty much on par. They're going to go for a push out towards B. Value is the only man on this site. Medpack's down, prone down, trying to buy time. Mort does come in, tries to save him from this, and they've thwarted the attack from MYM. They've held on to this 2-1. They're working those tickets away, but this one-man push, Safe could turn this. Safe needs to turn this. He must find Value. He must get support here, and they've done it. They've got B. They've got C. Good spawn for Fnatic, though, coming in towards this site. Can keep it within grasp if they can get the C site in their hands. You can see the players being held back by grenades. Punch cannot push in right now. He's waiting on backup. Finally, Safe comes in round the side, gets shut down, and now it's going to go down towards this side. 33 tickets is not a lot. Neither is 25. A solid 2-1 hold will give a team this game. We are seeing the push coming from Fnatic. They're swarming in. They're trying to find their way through. C is looking like it's going MYM's way. Oh, big grenades coming in, clearing the site out. Fnatic could have turned that. Flax's grenade taking down Punch didn't help either, and this is going to be a trip cap surely to end the game. There's not much left to do for MYM. They've struggled. They've done everything they could. But my God, that is painful to watch. MYM was so close then. GG is said. 16 tickets is just not enough to do it with, and so far, I'm surprised to say it. I'm very surprised to say it. You know, I'm right and Chadman wasn't. Bum, bum, bum. He had faith in MYM. MYM, you let Chadman down, you horrible people. How could you? We are going to be going to the next map in just a moment, but so far, Fnatic sitting with 1 map in their pockets, and the thing we need to remember is Zavod was MYM's choice. That's the worrying thing here. These guys chose that map, they were comfortable there, and now not so strong, I'd say, struggling a little bit. So next map will be Storm, and that will be Fnatic's choice, and that's what we need to look at now, is the fact that we've seen Fnatic on a map that maybe isn't their best. It may not be their safety pickup, but they still look damn good. They still look so damn strong on them. And, you know, they had a shaky start, but I'm hoping that MYM have something lined up for this map. I can imagine they do. I can't imagine they'd come in completely unprepared, but still, it's a tough task for both sides. Very close game all in all. 16 tickets being the difference on the half and a couple in the second round. It could have gone either way, but I think, for MYM, it's time to look at how they played that C site out again. Because in the end of it, they really struggled to lock that one down. They found it very hard. And they'll be going for one more restart, and then I think they'll be ready. So let's drop you back in game. Just waiting now for this to get back underway. What second map? As I said, it will be Storm. Taking the time. You know, just as many restarts as physically possible. Always the best way to keep me happy. Just keep restarting. Don't worry about the games. Don't worry about that. Just restart. Alrighty. We are just about ready now. So let's make sure everything's lined up and correct. So, Chadman, why are you no casting? Hey, Miss Chadman. If you don't like domination, I'm not forcing you on the stream. You're welcome to leave. You can have fun. Anyway, 14 seconds till we go live. You can see the, I wonder if they're doing it for a stack. Hold on. Are they go for stacks these days? It's like a train of players just up the stairs. So on the US side, it will be Fnatic, currently with a 1-0 lead. And on the Chinese side, it will be MYM. So we are seeing these guys starting it out, and MYM going straight for the standard start here. Going to be trying to pick up B, but we see an early challenge possibly going to come out from Too Easy if he can get up here nice and quickly. He's going to at least catch a couple of spots towards the opposition. Not going to land that shot, though, as it seems that A is going to be the challenge site, as at the moment B going in towards the hands of MYM and C going Fnatic's way, but A still up for grabs. We are seeing a bit of an overstack by Fnatic. 3 players here fighting out for this one. They should be able to claim this, but they may have left, you know, a couple of sites slightly unattended, and they have allowed MYM to take control of those buildings at the top, which, as we know now, you know, told to us by Dogbert several times, is such a key factor towards this map. These buildings right here are so damn important to maintain control, and at the moment, completely negating them is MYM, and they've been picked up in this mess of mid. Finally coming through as Flax there, taking down 2. Too Easy and Valutaja get picked up back to back, and that's allowed them a little bit of respite towards mid, but they've not yet really been able to turn that in towards a flag cap of any sort of kind. So 148 ticket lead currently to Fnatic, and I'm hoping this can turn around, but so far, Fnatic are looking fairly strong in this. They're looking fairly comfortable. But 2 sites now up for grabs. Fnatic falling back towards picking up A. They lost out on C, but they've got a good position to retake towards the B site. And look at this, Too Easy's got a good little bit of a spot towards the players in the opposing building. Drunks waiting to get in here, does get a little bit of a window of a break to come through, and fire from around the back comes in as Punchdrawl's flank didn't get spotted. So as the storm comes in, we will be seeing a 2-1 hold for now in favor to MYM. Whether or not they can keep hold of this, I'm not sure, but we are seeing Ducky doing the damage, picking up Valutaja there, removing the player from mid, but they do not have any sort of control towards these 2 buildings of the east side of the map. And they're trying to find a way in. We are seeing the likes of Ducky trying to clear this one out, and they're happy keeping this 2-1, don't get me wrong. Drunks and Too Easy finding Waffy, and Punchdral has maybe drawn the attention away from watching the push-up. Ducky carefully looking through. There are still 3 players around here. The rest of his side trying to fight from the ground to hold on to this, but Ducky playing it smart, getting some respawns in. They still have the 2-1, let's bear in mind. But here comes the challenge. Fnatic come around the side. Oh, Moore completely fluffed it. He gets taken down by Ducky, even though the opponents had the drop on him. Ducky now just has to survive these grenades that are coming raining in. 8 HP, left to little to nothing. And it's just forced him away from being able to defend this site. So, MYM in response say, okay, you take B, we'll take A and take C and be set up for your push now coming off the back of it. Punch, though, does have to slow them down. He cannot allow Fnatic just to pour through towards A. Too Easy has broken in. They've reclaimed these buildings, but they don't have the sites to cover now. We've seen the likes of Mort now locking these guys down, trying to get the shots across as they push away from C, but being overpowered by Ducky, and Ducky can be such a big player at times, a really important factor to this, but so far it's Mort and Drunk stepping up to the plate. Drunk's challenging down on C, gets denied. Valu pretty much now left out on a limb, tries to slow it down, avoid those nades. Oh, he spots a player on the cross, doesn't go for the shot in here. Gets the spot, gets the shot. Nice play there, picking up safe and open up a bit of a footstep towards the site. And we are seeing now Fnatic kind of mobilizing towards the most northern site here, which is C. And it's going to be Wafi playing it from the point, defending that one. A has been sneakily picked up by Mort. He's going to be pushing out on his own here. And I'm waiting to see if there is a counter push coming out from the opponents. They're not going to go for the push on towards A. They're going straight across towards B, leaving the rest of their players to do what they want, but trying to take control of this site straight away. You can see these players pouring in right now. Flax is on the side. He's going to be trying to cap this one over. A is still firmly in the hands of Fnatic, but they're not in a position to flat out challenge. You can see the fire coming in, the nades not landing. Ducky picking up the kills, being such a damn pest. Finally gets taken down by Valu, but still the site does go over towards MYM, and it looks like they're holding on to it for now, but Flax has to take down the one man who's been causing so many problems. It is Drunks just being that pain in the backside. He finally goes down, but they're losing out on C. They put all their resources into picking up B. So now they have to kind of think about what it means again. 118 ticket lead so far to MYM. These pickups, these kills going their way for now, but whether or not they can still keep doing that, we'll have to wait and see, as these sites are being capped over so damn fast. It's hard to keep track. And Valu dropping out the nades, looking for a way through towards C. Not going to find it so easily. Fnatic have got great positioning towards the back of B. If they can infiltrate towards these buildings and get some control, they could take over B and still hold it. But here comes the counterplay from MYM. They're pushing straight up, and Punch gets spotted out by one of the players of the opposition. Nade comes through, gets tagged but not taken down, heals up and goes back in for more. Punch fancies his chances here, and actually he does get the shot off in the end, so well played to him. They are taking down the players defending B. Flax fancies more, and they've done enough to at least open up A, so Punch can push through, just tuck himself in and pick up the site, and just continue the pain towards Fnatic, who, yes, they're gaining control, yes, they're doing well, but they're just not maintaining long enough to do much more with it, and they really need to sort themselves out here, because this ticket deficit is going to start really hurting them, and Ducky doing what he's doing is not going to help. Flax and Ducky doing wonders. Waffy as well, 8-4. And now Safe's in a position to at least take over C. I'm not sure if Value's going to expect such a long flank around the back. And he's going to try and keep hold of this. Oh, a great work from him. Takes down Safe. So going to hold on towards C for Fnatic. B still in the hand as well, surprisingly. Even though they don't really have any players really there to challenge, Ducky is waiting for these guys to push up. Not sure if he's aware that they're already within the buildings. He's got the response towards him. He's got support, and once again, he does get his teammates doing the damage. He gets a revive. They're coming back through, but the nades are now landing. Unfixed grenade takes out Ducky, takes out Safe. Ducky now comes back in, looking for his a little bit of revenge, but still, it's a 2-1 hold down MYM. And as I said, these tickets are getting very damn low for Fnatic. This could be going all the way through here. This could be going to 3 maps. Wow. It's the first half. I shouldn't read too much into this, but still, it's a very solid start from MYM, and they look very dominant here. I don't think they're doing anything wrong, to be honest. As Neron squad wipe comes out against Fnatic, as Unfixed was the last man standing. MYM once again being completely dominant here, and Fnatic, what are they left with? Terrible back spawns. Not exactly an ideal route in. And now they're just trying to find the opponents. Very slow period for them. And they don't have enough tickets to be playing slow with. Mort finding Safe is a good start, but still, this long without any sort of challenge is not ideal, but it's allowed Drunks at least to get towards the B side. He's going to try and turn this round to a 2-1 in favor to Fnatic. This spawn could cause trouble, though. These two spawns, it's opened up a possibility of pushing towards C, but no, they're going straight towards B. They're trying to hold on towards A. They're making sure this is not going to be a triple cap. Punchroll waiting on the respawns here, as there is a player trying to come through, but here comes Punchroll, slaps down Mort, looks for the follow-up, but it's going to be, I think, Waffy coming around from the side, finding Unfixed, and MYM hold on towards A, but still, they need to convert one of these sites to maintain a solid ticket lead going into the half. And it looks like they're going to be trying to do it. Ducky peers up on over. Not going to find anything this time. Fnatic playing from this northeast side of the house here. Not sure if they're leaving a little bit too much freedom towards MYM, but still, we'll see if that comes into a bit of a problem, because at the moment they're fairly safe. Flax forced to a very far back spawn. Good to pick up C, bad to kind of rotate off, but let's see if he can find any of the players who may be waiting for him towards this site, and at the moment, I think he's right to be saying so. So there comes the kill coming in. Flax will be turning this one over. No one immediately there to challenge. Fnatic a little bit slow to react on this one. They've sent one player out towards A. You're not going to win in that battle. It's too easy toying with them at C, but these tickets are getting fairly even again. 2-1, MYM. Good lead. Fnatic becoming a little bit low, 34. And A also going back and forth. Isn't going to help either side. Unfixed trying to keep hold of this door. He's having a door battle more than anything. Comes out in the end and gets slapped back down to the ground by Punchroll. And A will be maintained in favor to MYM for now. They've held on towards C, and those tickets are becoming a real problem for Fnatic. So Fnatic left with B in hand. So, the ideal site, let's say. But still, it's not what they want to be having. 1 to 2 sites is never what you want. You always want to get the advantage in this, and we are seeing these guys doing a bit of a last-ditch effort 'cause they don't really have much more than this to work with. This is their last and final real push here. See them taking their time, not really committing anywhere seriously yet, but here comes the C push. This is their last stand. This is their last chance, but Punchroll is making it hard. These grenades landing at their feet. Finally, Value does land his, but on the rotate comes up the rest of the team. Mort powers through, looking to pick this one up, but can they maintain B at the same time here? We've got Ducky pushing in, the one-man band who's been doing brilliantly for the NYM side. Darts down, avoids the bullets, but a 2-to-1 hold coming out for Fnatic now could at least minimize the point deficit they would be working with in the second half. Value dropping up the nade. You're seeing Drunks powering around by B, making sure it's a hard push for either side, and Too Easy gets picked up in the end. It's opened up a path here. NYM pushing on towards B. Waffy pushing towards A. It's going to be a bit of an all situations a go coming down now. Unfix needs to win this one-on-one. This is going to surely go NYM's way, but this is a vital flag to hold for Fnatic. They have to push in. You can see the respawns were coming through, but they've not found Waffy. Waffy stays alive. He's making it hurt for these guys. Tickets down to 10. He's just keeping them back. He's keeping them at bay. A is finally going. No, it didn't go in the end completely. He's held them alive, and the revive's going to keep it going back and forth. Waffy is not going down without fight. Finally exchanges. The one player being alive for Fnatic should turn this over, and the 2-to-1 will fall in their hands. Brilliant play by Waffy, but it sadly wasn't enough in the end. A and B will be Fnatic's, but can they maintain this any longer? Can they hold on here? Because NYM need maybe a 2-to-1 for a mere second. So, here comes the push. Punch gets found. They're doing what they can, but 7 tickets is not a lot for Fnatic. Any deaths are going to hurt them now, and Ducky knows that. Going aggressive, takes the kills. B is going back over towards NYM, but look at the difference now. The initial deficit was 70, now down to only 25. That is a big switch around, and right now Waffy is doing so much work for the side. Picking up kill after kill, getting the revives in the bag. C is going back over towards Fnatic, but it seems a matter of time now. Just 2 tickets left on the half. It's going to be a small lead to NYM, but how small is it going to be now? These flags will be capped over in the end, down to 22 at the moment. Fnatic looking to make this one hurt. How low is it going to go? I think it's going to stay on 22 here. So 22 tickets is what they're going to walk away with, but still, very close game coming through. If your name is MLG Pro No Scopes, you don't even have 420 or 360 on your name. You cannot talk on this subject. But still, Waffy 16-8, brilliant game from him, playing so well. And I think we saw that towards the end, and the way he held that flag for such a long time for NYM, it has given them a small lead. It's 22 tickets. It could have been more, but they still did very well to keep that. So we look over towards Fnatic's side. Mort and Too Easy not doing what they normally do. They normally get these, huge score lines, these big kills coming in, and Fnatic look a little bit lost there, but maybe they've worked out enough now to go into the second half and do some damage. So basically, let's not feed the trolls in chat. All I'm gonna say. Sad thing is, I was a Call of Duty player. 360 no scopes all day, every day. Bad trolling gets timed out. Good trolling gets encouraged. You're right, I was wrong, damn it. Yeah, sorry, Chadman is gonna have to quit the game. It's what it's come down to. If you don't predict correctly, it's a dog-eat-dog world. It's very similar to the Hunger Games. We get thrown into this pit, and if you don't get your predictions right, Katniss Everdeen will come and kill you. It's a terrible thing, but we are almost ready to get underway in the second half here. We are just waiting for the map to count down, so give it a second. It's doing its thing. And let's see which side they are starting on. So, back in the game, Fnatic will be on the Chinese side. Have I got the overlay right? Yes, I have! And the US side will be MYM. And I do play Titanfall. Anyway, let's look at it this way. Fnatic drop below 22 tickets. We are tied up all even, but from the very start, Unfix and Value doing the initial damage has once again thwarted the MYM push towards B, so it's going to be a 2-to-1 hold for now. coming out for Fnatic. Whether or not they can keep it is a very different matter, and this push is going to make it hurt. Unfix coming big with the double, doesn't get the triple. Wafi does come in, get the revive, so no damage truly caused there. But still, the 2-1 has held at the moment. It seems that, you know, Fnatic playing right from the baseline, doing what they can. So Fnatic going really aggressive at the start, looking like they really want to cause as much trouble as physically possible towards the opponents. And with that ticket deficit now nearly negated, they need to start thinking, okay, this is where we start. This is now our moment to really turn this one around, because they are losing out on A. Mort cannot see the player doing this, and he's not within the right area to be challenging flat out. So rather than going for the challenge, going to play for the retake. Taking his time, but his team needs to start getting moving. They have found another capture point in C with Unfix getting there. Nice work towards Ducky, but will he assume that was the one player who got this site in the bag? He will. I'm not sure if it was. I'm not sure if there's anyone else here. He's going to be pushing in. He doesn't have support here. He's playing this pretty much solo right now. That ace 23. So he's going to turn that one over. And actually, it was a trip cap for a while. They're going to leave C neutral for a couple of seconds, as no one really there to challenge either way. Valu now looking like he might want to keep hold of this in a neutral fashion, because it's not a 2-1 hold, it's a 2-0 hold, because, well, MYM had nothing as the storm's coming in. The points are looking a little bit worrying for MYM. They're not having the aggressive, brilliant start they had before, and Drunks is just keeping them busy. He's not allowing a way back through here. He's got Unfixed in support, finally taken down in the end by the likes of Flax coming in and getting into a great spot, and that has opened up the B push now, so Flax could turn this one around. So let's see what these guys can do. With this one, we've got Unfix going with the back spawn. Will he go B? Will he go C? C, the safer pickup here. I think he's going to try and, you know, cut his losses. Hit up C rather than going back in for B. He does have a couple of respawns coming towards him. A is going to be threatened pretty damn soon as well, so they need to kind of make this one happen really rather quickly. And with him doing that, opening up for his teammate, they're going to look back towards A, but have they overly rotated too quickly? Punchroll coming around on that long flank. Safe doing the damage from the side, getting the spots out. It's a 2v1, and I've got to say it, MYM have the information and Fnatic don't for this site at least. And here comes a push. Safe comes in. He knows there's a player around here, but they just can't seem to find him. And it is too easy. Takes down one. He goes for flat out exchange, but it's not going to be enough. And now it comes down towards this A fight in the back. Mort playing it carefully, playing it safe, playing smart, making it hurt, making them get the spots out. And he knows there's going to be people pushing him. He's trying to play cleverly here. He doesn't get the kill. He gets the respawn. Too easy now clears up house. And Too Easy may just be able to turn this one back over on A. But the respawns from MYM are not far from this site, so they're going to make their way back around. But 108 tickets is a big difference here. So here we go. Can MYM do this? Sorry there, I forgot to take those down at the start. So let's have a little look at the scoreboard as well, actually. Let's see what these guys are up to. Valu Taja 8-4. Let's see what he's doing so right, actually. Let's stick on board with him, as he is such a key player at times. Now, pushing happening. As soon as I watch him, he seems to be getting focused down, but let's head on back towards B, because Wafi is doing what he does best, going in for the side, but the exchanges going down on the flanks, on the sides, is what's important here, and Unfix going down is going to make it really costly towards Fnatic, as MYM can claim this. They can get hold of a 2-1. They can do well now, as Fnatic find their way back through. Drunks picking up the first, getting the respawns in for Too Easy, but Too Easy going down. Oh, perfect play going around the backside there from Flax, picking up 2, just completely and utterly roping them in towards that site, and now they have a nice hold towards B and C. The only hope really coming in the form of Unfix now for Fnatic, who got a back spawn, a further back spawn should I say, to maybe hit up this B site, or at least draw the attention away from the other sites they may decide to hit later on. So Unfix now just has to prone down and play carefully, has to dodge many a nade. He does have support coming in. Wafi has spotted one out, but he's not been able to see the player on the side, so he's now going to be forced to push in and find another way through, because at the moment, Mort is being a man who will not be moved, as he does just watch the push. Oh, he didn't reload. He ran out of ammo then. He was being so much of an annoyance on A. They're going to convert over C. It looks like the counter push from MYM, if I can use my words, will be coming out towards B. But let's bear in mind, MYM still have the advantage of 22 tickets. So add 22 to their scoreline, or if you prefer, take it away from Fnatic. It's up to you, whichever one helps you out. But anyway, it does seem as though at the moment it's fairly even. B is being contested by either side. Wafi just keeping himself tucked in towards his house, trying to find cover wherever he can, and he's still doing the work. He doesn't need to iron sight to pick these guys up. Takes down the opponents and looking for more. Valu did split off towards A, so going to try and pick this one up for the Fnatic Fnatic side. I'm finding it hard to talk today. Who'd have thought it? And Fnatic seem to be in a good position to get down the A and B positioning. We are seeing the respawns for MWM being over by B. A long rotate from Flax coming around the back of A could change things here. And not a very fast pickup from Fnatic towards this B side, actually. Could cause problems, and it's mostly down to this man right here. Wafi by himself, holding on, being a nuisance, constantly picking up players left, right, and centre. He does finally go down to Value Talja, but the HP of Value was so low, it's down to about 5 in the end. And he knows he's going to be pushed, he knows he's going to be challenged, but nice nade coming out there. And Fnatic will hold this 2-1. They should be able to get a trip cap, actually, as Mort did read this so well. They pushed in towards C, and now with, well, MWM spawns being pretty atrocious, all they can really focus on is getting A in their hands, and Value is watching the cross, getting the tags in, getting the information flowing through towards the rest of Fnatic, allowing the likes of Too Easy to pick it up. He can just play this smart position, but does he know that this many players have already rotated away? This 2-1 hold is certainly good for Fnatic, but they need to be able to maintain this, and it looks like they don't notice this many players splitting off towards the side here. Oh, Drunks plays it well, stays in safe. He knew these guys were on the rotate around the back. Drunks, the newer addition, playing very carefully. And there we go. Another kill comes in. Unfix will pick it up, but Drunks with the assistance there. But now maybe spread themselves a bit too thin. Not at all. Too Easy holds on, takes down Flax. We are seeing Punch Rule kind of getting himself towards these apartments. Not finding a way upstairs just yet. There we go. Round the back with the respawn. They could be able to challenge on B, but there's still a good couple of players around it from Fnatic. One does go down. That's Unfixed. Drunks follows suit as well. That's not looking good. MWM just brute forcing their way in here. MWM's tickets did go low, about even now. But Fnatic just not holding on, and MWM going to go in for possibly a triple cap. If they win out on this one-on-one on A, they could go walking away with 3 of the flags here. B's theirs, C's theirs. Mort does win out on A, so holding on to that for now, but Fnatic are not getting C. They're not getting B. They're not even close to claiming this one. And those 50 tickets left with the opponents are going to start really damn hurting, and Wafi picking up kills like that is going to slow them down even further. So Fnatic now need to really weigh up their options and make every single smart move they can, because looking at it this way, they're still fairly even on tickets. And every time they get back to this even kind of point, they let it slip a little. So, no, it is not easiest to say MeetYourMakers. But MeetYourMakers punch rule now coming around the backside of A through those trenches. The one side they don't have in hand, and MYM just holding on. They're just making this hurt. They're making that ticket bleed start become a real problem for Fnatic, and every choice, as we said, that Fnatic make has to be the correct one, because if they drop below 22, it's going to be all even and all tied. And at the moment, Too Easy fighting with everything he has to take this down, but still they're losing out. They're going to try and push in towards C here. They've got the opening kill. It's going to gift them that site. Drunk's in a good position to get set up to maybe retake towards B if he can take down the player he expects to watch the push, but actually there was no one there. These back spawns for MYM could cause Fnatic some real problems here, because the nades are going to be raining in from positions they don't expect. And MYM, they're picking up the kills. They are doing the damage they need to do. They're holding on to this 2-1, and those tickets are becoming a real problem for Fnatic. They don't have enough to work with now. They need a good 2-1. They need a solid hold here, because C is not all that safe. They're leaving one man here. Value in a great position, looking over towards B, trying to be the guardian from afar, but Mort and Drunks are the ones who are going to have to get down and dirty here, as they will be the ones going towards the site. Drunks removes the threat there, but they're losing out on A. They're being attacked from every single angle. Fnatic are losing out on these one-on-ones, and that is the difference here. Unfixed now being challenged. There's 2 players there. There's 2 on A. It's going to be a 2-1 hold. Surely Fnatic going to have to get these respawns being perfect, and there's the first shot coming in, but still, it got avenged, and Ducky is the last man standing towards that site, gets the respawn in, so it will be a 2-1 hold to MYM, and I don't think Fnatic can really account for this anymore. This is their final push. This is what they need to be doing. Drunks is heading over. He's got Value in support from afar, but 29 tickets, they're down to the bare minimum near on. Flax goes down, but there's still a player here. Ducky in the back, holds on, takes down Drunks, and this might just be enough. Fnatic trying to hedge their bets, but Ducky is the man of the moment, gets the revive in the end, holds on. Fnatic still trying to toy with this, but even these guys are saying GG, well played. They know this is not going to go their way. This will be going to a third map, and it may not have happened the way that, let's say, Chadman expected, but it got there nevertheless. And still with a couple of tickets to play with, you know, they called it a little bit early, but they knew what was happening. Fnatic just got pretty much outplayed that map. So you need to look back and see, you know, what they did right, what they did wrong, because they've got another map coming up now. I think we can all safely say here that, you know, Locker, you'd give it to Fnatic. That's generally their safety map. That's the one they fall back on. But still, we'll see how this goes. We'll see how this one pans out, because we've still got one map coming up. Obviously, they'll take their time just getting ready for it. So give them a sec. And while we do, I'm going to throw to a hold screen just so I can take a bit of a break myself and die quietly in the corner, because I will be solo casting today. Well, at least until the finals, when we will be joined by that special guest who I'm not going to tell you who is just yet. But no one has guessed it right, is all I'm going to say so far. So, guys, I'll be back in a sec when the game's ready to start. And excuse me for a moment while I try and salvage my voice. Alrighty, so my voice may be slightly salvaged. I'm not, you know, too sold that it will last the whole way through, but as I said, we will be going towards Locker. And I think we can all agree. I'm not sure. I want to know your thoughts as well, guys. I am watching Twitch chat. Co-caster. Ooh, people are getting close. I don't want to say who it is yet, because it'll ruin the lovely surprise. We are just going to wait on these guys to once again get set up. I'll drop you guys into game. Khan, yes. Fnatic's Khan is joining me. He doesn't know Battlefield, but it's Khan. He's like the most genius man in the world. We'll just get him on board. And then Heaton later as well. It's going to be great. Heaton's for the late night show. Do, please. Do to me means a very different song to maybe Darude Sandstorm. Very different song. Which I will be playing at some point today. Not Darude, the other song. So I think they are just waiting for this one to come on. Chad, not allowed. Why is stream lagging? It's not. No, I did say Locker. No one's allowed opinions in esports. Don't be silly, Chad, man. God. And Twitch chat will always know best. These are several of the things that I've learned over time. Like, you know, it's this thing that takes a little bit of time to get used to, you know, that Twitch chat knows better than even the professional players, but they do. You just need to understand that, and once you do, everything will be okay in the world. So I am just going to be setting up some of the cameras, you know, nice motion sweepy shots. Not sure why they sound like lightsabers, but they do. See, this is what happens when I solo cast. I make weird noises to myself, apparently. But anyway, we are live into the final map. It's going to be Fnatic up against MYM in the first semi-final of this evening. And we will be seeing these guys going for the standard start here, going to go for that main exchange down the middle. And it looks like Fnatic may be struggling here. They have got one man across, but that's about it. And that's Unfix making it through on his own with that AEK, looking to do some damage. Drunks did get found. It's initial 2-1 hold, and with no support around the back, Flax just comes on the flank, gets the kill, does not even get tagged. And MYM doing brilliantly here. Punch Rule holding on towards C, not allowing a single footstep to be stepped towards this one, should I say. Just a nice little safe. Oh, he's caught a glimpse of the opponent, though. He now knows where they are. Aggressive push, to say the least, coming from Valu and Unfixed there. But now you can see the counter push from MYM coming in towards A. And Ducky will be leading that charge. He does get shut down in the end by Too Easy, just playing safe here. But you can see these players now pouring in down the side. But Moore gets one, doesn't get second, and he does immediately get shut down in the end by Punchroll, who will be getting these revives in, so keeping his players standing. The next assault will be coming through that front door once again, and they're met by the unstoppable force of Too Easy, joined by Drunks, who've held on to this one for now, and as soon as I say that, it get taken down, but at the moment, it could be a trip cap coming through for these guys. MYM do seem to walk away at least with A, but still, 2-1. Nice strong start from Fnatic now. But it's still a very close game. You can see on the scoreboard it is extraordinarily close. And look at Drunks now pushing around the back. Did not expect Punch Rule to come across. And Valu's going to have to play a little bit carefully now. He knows there's going to be a player just steps away. And these two are going to go for the exchange in a moment, surely. Valu playing smart. He knows there's a player here. And apparently so does the other player, as a nade did come through, and Valu's like, screw it, let's go aggressive. He doesn't get the shot off in the end, and that does open up C to the push, but immediately reinforcements arrive. Punch Rule, though, gets taken down. It's a bit of a bloodbath here. Safe has got himself on the side, though. You can see the fire does come through a little bit off the hill, but Drunks unable to land those slightly longer range shots, as now A is being challenged out by Fnatic. Valu is pushing in. Waffy, though, holds on, but Mort coming in for the cleanup, gets picked up in the end. 3 players here now for MYM. C is still theirs, and this 2-to-1 hold seems to be sticking for some time for MYM now. And currently, guys, if you're just tuning in, it is still 1-for-1. And the map name is Operation Locker, or as I say, just Locker because I'm lazy. Anyway, let's have a look at this overview, see where these guys are heading. At the moment, Fnatic have B in their back pockets, and they're looking to challenge out towards A rather than focusing towards C, leaving Drunks to push out there, but a 3-man stack just making noise and being a pain. Valu does land the nade towards Flax, opening up little by little his sight, and you can see these guys just dodging back and over and trying to keep their attention here, and I think they're just about getting ready to start the push. Here comes the first couple of kills, but it's all being thwarted by MYM's Flax and Waffy holding on dearly. Valu went down to him and unfixed. It's a big play from him, but this is still a very close game. Barely any difference between these two teams. It's just MYM seem to have a longer hold towards this site at the moment. And Waffy doing pretty much what Too Easy did, just saying, Joe, if you can do it, I can do a little bit better. But as soon as I say that, Fnatic do find 3 kills back to back and work their way in. So, MYM just being overpowered towards A. They've got a couple of players being able to play from the back lines, but not in the position they need to really claim the side back, and Fnatic should be able to claim this one. Flax still trying to keep them at bay, but not going to happen. He gets overrun in the end, and this will be a 2-to-1 hold this time coming in for Fnatic, but a nice back spawn actually coming out for MYM. They've got a good shot now towards picking up this B site, which is just on the horizon now. So Fnatic are getting the kills, but still, look at this positioning. That's more as to why than anything, and strange exchange between Unfixed there and Flax, I believe it was. No, actually, it was safe. But still, it looks like MYM are kind of negating this B side a little bit until they've just finally come back around. Punch Rule and Flax doing so. Maybe allowing a little bit more time to allow for, to get Fnatic a little bit back up and running, because at the moment there's 2 players behind enemy lines near on it. Drunks being one, Unfixed and Valu now, all willing and able to challenge towards the site. A is still in the hands of Fnatic, completely undefended, may I add. So, if Fnatic can make this push, they're in a great position. They seem to be squandering it at the moment. The only kills really coming in have been for MYM back to back here. Waffy holds on, and I think we need to stay on board with Waffy here. He's on 9-5. Mort keeping up for Fnatic, but no one else really close to what he's been doing. So let's stick on board with him. See how it goes. Too Easy does get found. Waffy maintaining B. He knows there may be a player on this, though, so he's going to have to be a little bit careful. He knows there's people around. Unfixed and Valu picking up kills against his team as well. Not going to help things, but the scoreline is still drastically in MYM's favor. So, can this be turned? Can Fnatic do anything? The kills have been going their way, and they're going to get a triple cap. This one-man split coming from Drunks did the damage, and already Unfixed set up knowing the push will be from that back spawn by B. Just needs to maintain this corridor, push from the side, find safe, needs to get away from there. He got taken very low, down to 29 HP. He can heal up, though, and this will even the scoreline a fair chunk of the way. Look how quickly that ticket lead is being taken away from MYM. Only Ducky Chan really doing damage. Flax does finally join in, and only Mort and Drunks standing for the Fnatic boys. Mort and Drunks outside. Just really bright wherever he is. That's such a sneaky position. But Valu is the man holding on towards the side. But where is that push coming? It will be out towards C. Drunks, as we saw, was the one laying in wait, but he's been overrun in the end by MYM. So they're going to pick this one back up. But that triple cap coming out from Fnatic pretty much evened the score here. And you can never really be too upset by that factor. So hopefully they can secure something off the back of it. And here we go, so MYM does pick up C. Control goes down in the end, and you can see the commitment though from Fnatic towards C, and they may have just left A fairly light for people to defend swiftly. Mort is coming back to try and help out, but it's a little bit too little too late, as you can see these players are just flooding through. They've still got B in their back pockets for MYM. They're going to pick up A near on uncontested, so where do Fnatic go from here? That is the big question. They're playing a little bit sloppy compared to what I expect sometimes. They can have some brilliant games, these guys, but it does not seem to be happening today. They're being kept on their toes by MYM, a team not within the top 3 at the moment. You know, it's Epsilon and Fnatic all the way to this point, and normally, you know, when it comes to the third maps, Fnatic just go, okay guys, let's make sure we win this, and at the moment they are getting the kills in the bag, they are picking up these sites as well, but Wafi's still trying to hold on here, goes for the aggressive push, he gets shut down by Mort, and that was a big kill, as Punchroll now left all alone, finds too easy, but it's not enough to open up the site, as swift push out from Mort will pick that one up for them, but C is left vulnerable, and now Mort goes for a push out, does not check his side, he gets picked up in the end, and look at this positioning from the respawns. MYM have C, they can take A. Now Valu has to go 1v3 here if he wants to keep this one in the hands. 2 players down for Fnatic. They can respawn with him. They can get some support. He gets one, goes for the second, he gets the tag, he gets the frag. Beautiful double from Valu. He may have just saved the day for these guys if he can get the revives in, if he can reclaim this flag point. But Punchroll has something to say about it. Takes down Valu, avenging his fallen 2 teammates, and now looks for more. Goes aggressive, gets the tag, doesn't get the kill this time with a pistol, and finally goes down. But what an effort. That was so committed by Fnatic to just pick that one up. So now A will be going Fnatic's way. It's going to be B staying in their hands as well, C being the standing point for MYM, and it's 36-34. It's so damn close between these two. Every time we see, one team starting to get ahead, we're seeing the likes of Valu just going above and beyond, picking up kills back to back for his side, holding on single-handedly for his team, and more come in, more assists, more did get the grenade in the end, but I wouldn't doubt Valu Taja for picking that for him just by himself, and they are losing out on B though, so let's spin on over here, see who's right in the thick of things. He'll be unfixed with that AEK, peering down, finds Wafi. The nades were landing towards him anyway, so this could be a nice 2-1 once again going into the hands of Fnatic, but where's the push? Where's the pressure from the opponents? Wow, Punchroll quite far away, as is Ducky. They're not in a position to really challenge much. This is looking not so ideal at the moment. I am struggling to find a way back through here after those rather dire spawns around the back, and Unfixed in a perfect position to thwart any sort of split through mid. Cleaning up around the back, they have left one player actually there. I don't think they know Safe's here, so Safe could do some real, little bit of a ninja bit of work here. Flax and Ducky can respawn on him, so if he plays this right, see if he can do some damage. The alarm bells, however, will be ringing with 7 tickets left. Taking your time is a great thing, but they need to make it happen right here, right now, and the counter push is happening as well. It's not looking good. 4 tickets left. MYM, they're not getting what they need done, and sadly these revives are for absolute nothing. That's 3 tickets, 2 tickets. You can watch it literally trickling away from them. Wafi has been so damn good, but sadly not good enough. So 26 tickets advantage to Fnatic this time. But still, I think that was a very close game, so I'm looking to see what they do, but it seems that Fnatic are just chilling out now. They're like, John, we'll play with 3. We like you guys, but we want to challenge ourselves with a harder matchup of 3 players against your 5. I think their players did just drop, so hopefully they'll be back in with us nice and quickly. But we'll see. I try not to assume anything sometimes with these. If people drop out, it can be about an hour wait. I'm sure it won't be, so I'm hoping not at least. So we'll see how long it takes them to get back in. And when I said they weren't a top 3 team, because you guys were going, they are a top 3 team, they're actually not within the top 3 in the season rankings so far. They're being beaten by Team Pyrogen. So check your facts. They will, however, probably after this cup, take their place. Let me work out the points. They probably will take their place after this cup, but the rankings to this point, they are top 4, not top 3. So there you go. There, Twitch chat, you're not always right. Who'd have thought it? But still, they were top 3 previously. They did drop down and Pyrogen took their place, but shh. And if you do want to check it out for yourselves, you know, if you don't believe me and you're like, Josh, no, she's not right. I am correct. I am Twitch chat. I am the internet. Head on over to battlefield.esl-1.com and check it yourselves. There you go. I did tab out and make sure that I was right when I said that, though. So you made me doubt myself, which is always very kind of you guys. So we'll be ready in a time. I'm going to drop in game so you don't have to stare at my face. And you know what? Because they're going to take their time. Dream crushing. That's my new job. Screw you guys. Just because the game's going to take a little while to get back underway because they're not back in the server just yet. Do you know what I'm going to do? MIM will return in the next coming round and we'll go to the final. Okay, I'm not going to doubt what they did in the last finals. Like, I obviously wasn't casting it, but I think everyone heard what happened. So there you go. Season rankings. There you go. That's not making me feel good. There we go. That was slightly unnerving. In the bottom right of my screen, I saw Fnatic Too Easy is offline. I was like, oh no. Oh no. That's gone poorly. But still, there you go, guys. After this cup, however, I can imagine that MeetYourMakers will take Pyrogen's place. I don't keep track of anything. I literally depend on websites telling me things. That's about it. So let me check if they're actually back in game yet. I hope they will be. It really shouldn't take too long. Predictions. Thank you, NVC, for that one. That's always useful. Alrighty, let me see if they're back in game right now, and hopefully they will be. Because no one wants to look at my face. I'm sick of seeing my face. And I'm allowed to because it's my face. So let's jump back in game. And I'm just going to leave it there for a while. And I can talk to you guys in Twitch chat. And you can see Too Easy is joining back up. It's Twitch chat. How's it going? Are you having a good night? Having a nice evening? To be fair, I hate my own voice. Like, as a shoutcaster, I don't know why I'm waffling. You can see why I am, because they don't actually have the players back in the server. But as a caster, you're always meant to watch your own stuff back and be like, you know, quite self-critical and go, oh, you know, my play-by-play was really bad here. I was wrong on this part. But I hate my own voice. So it's just like, dear Lord, sometimes I really wish I didn't have to do that. But does anyone actually like their own voice? We like your face. Yeah, but do any of you like your own voices? Oh, and guys, do you remember that stuff when it was like, my dad works for Battlefield, he'll get you banned? I used to love that stuff, it was great. You're in America? It's 11 AM. Jesus. 11 AM. See, I'm not even alive by 11 AM. See, most people don't like their own voices. Oh, you love yours, do you, Matcha? I love my voice. Screw everyone else. Hate your own voice. You like my voice. I'm glad you like my voice, otherwise it would be terrible. I am glad it's not just me who detests their own voice. It's just like, oh, Lord. The most unnerving thing was when I was doing the finals for another game in Poland not too long ago. It was hosted in the cinema, and it wasn't like, you know, just a small event or like an event away from you know, normal people, should I say. That sounds really bad. This is online, by the way, Chopper Pro. The offline finals will be happening not too far from now. You're in China and it's 2 AM. Are you crazy? I'm not sure if I believe you, man. I'm not sure if I believe you. If you take a picture of your like screen watching this from China, then I might believe you. But yeah, sorry, back to the story. We are just waiting for these guys to rejoin. I will stop talking when it does get underway. But yeah, I was in Poland, and it's literally in this big shopping mall, like huge shopping mall filled with people, normal people, like families, you know, going out and having a good time, like watching Frozen. I love Frozen. It's a good film, good songs, and it must have been about 9:30 AM. After the first round, the tickets were 26 in favour to Fnatic. I think they're just ready, almost just ready. But yeah, it was about 9:10 AM, so it just opened. And I was walking through, coffee in hand, looking like a complete mess. And I'm walking through and I'm like, God, that woman's voice is really annoying. And little did I know, well, I did eventually find out when I woke up, that they were playing, you know, the sound of the yesterday's highlights from the event. over the main speakers with this huge video. I was like, dear Lord, I now have to listen to my voice at 11 a.m. Jesus Christ. Oh no, it wasn't Katowice. It was another event that I had to go to. But yeah, 9 a.m. listening to your own voice, really, really painful. Especially when you're just not ready for these things. Getting ready for rehearsals that early is pretty treacherous anyway, but you add in that, oof, it's not good. It's not good. Actually, I read a study that showed that people actually preferred their own voice when they heard a lot of different voices, and their own was one of them, but they didn't know it was their own voices. Well, ah, interesting. But I guess you hear it all the time. But it's when it's recorded. Like, you know, your voice in your head, you're like, ah, it's me, that's cool. But when you hear it back, like, played back to you, it's like, oh my lord. What is happening? We are waiting on the final player of Fnatic to rejoin us, I believe. So, when they're back, we shall start. Until then, you get story time with Pansy, which I do apologize for, really. It's not that fun. You are seriously in China. Why are you in China? Tell me about why you are in China right now. I went to Hong Kong not too long ago to do some videos for wargaming. It's pretty cool there. Pretty cool. Busy as hell. Like, I used to live in London and Hong Kong terrified me. I was like, holy hell. I have to start work at 7 a.m. Oh man, that's pretty grim. Like, to be fair, it's not a bad life. I think the players are incoming, looking at chat. Cheat Sky Jelly, that's a little weird. If you have a pug, I might forgive you, or a French bulldog. They're kind of cute in a weird way. Ah, you're studying abroad. Very cool. What is happening? I told you what is happening. We are waiting for the final player of Fnatic to rejoin us. They are back. When they are back, we will begin. Until then, we wait and we have story time with Pansy. Yeah, the Titan's real cheap. Oh lord. Alright, who are we waiting on? Who's not here? Ah, Trunks. The new guy to the team is costing me time. Leeds is not in China. To be fair, Jason Kaplan may believe you if you told him that Leeds was in China. America. Just... You want my childhood stories? Oh lord. The reason we haven't heard me and Jason together too much is because he got really sad when I abused him too much about being a he's had a lot of shows doing League of Legends, so he's had to kind of basically not die. So he's been doing really weird hours because I think he's been doing the American qualifiers for the Black Monster Cup, which is from like 10 p.m. to 10 a.m. or I don't know, it's really weird hours, so he's really tired, so I just solo this for now. Alrighty, we are going live. Thank you, sweet baby Jesus. Oh, they've saved us from Storytime with Pansy. No one likes Storytime with Pansy. Just waiting for the map to load. I do promise you we'll be going live. Actually, I'm not going to promise you anything because God knows with these guys. I really don't know. Sometimes I know we're going to take a little while. We're going to do our things. Still restarting. More restarts. What was my first game? Enemy territory. Yeah, enemy territory was my first game and my first competitive game. That's where I got to know Tosspot from. So I always enjoy casting with him at any event because he was the first caster that I was like, I want to do what he's doing. And now I'm doing it. And he works for Twitch and earns a lot of money. He was the smarter one out of us too. Yeah, enemy territory was my first game. Does she know that I'm on camera? Yeah, I do, sadly. We are almost ready to get away. As you can see, the countdown players are in. So the real question being now is, how does this go down? And yeah, enemy territory was my first game. Then I went over to Call of Duty 4 Pro Mod, where I became a professional player at some point. Anyway, into the game, Fnatic will be on the US side, so let me switch that one around for you guys. And then MYM will be on the Russian side. Let's see how these guys start this one off, because it was a very aggressive start from Fnatic when they were on the Russian side previously, but this time it seems like a two-man stack down towards that south side. It's going to be Punchroll just powering through, and no one's actually challenged him yet. He's got a nice clear path through. He could wait for the respawns coming in, but he's just going to go for the challenge. Flax does hold up the enemy just enough seconds so the Punchroll can get ready. You can see that call almost coming through the way. He swung around then, and Maitri was ready to challenge this one out. Ducky's gone down. They've captured the point, but his team are falling like flies. Drugs comes running back to try and support. He does take down Wafi, but you can see these back spawns from MIM are going to be vital for them, as at the moment we are seeing it's probably going to be a 2-to-1 hold to Fnatic, because they've got Unfixed outside, they've got a clear route towards A. Halu getting caught in the heels by the likes of Safe, and I believe that is Punch now pushing through. Punch has found the kill, and this would be MYM picking up C, and there's not really a quick reaction from Fnatic towards B, but they do have too easy back here. Maybe going to get a couple of respawns, maybe get in a good position, but the main challenge, it looks like, is coming down towards this site. So, Mort laying in wait. Valu not too far away either, but B is going to be the challenge one. They've drawn back 3 players from the opposition. Too easy, just taking his time, but he does get caught out in the end. A left fairly lightly from defenders, as Drunks will be watching that push up towards that side. He does manage to find the kill in the end. Valu joins in on towards Punch, finally gets taken down by Flax, as they will be opening up this B side just a touch, but you can see Wafi roaming around. You've got Drunks, not too Ducky even not too far away either, and Fnatic is struggling to get a 2-to-1 hold here. This is not going to be going too well, so they're going to have to be playing it smart, playing it careful, playing a decent game here, because MYM, 26 tickets isn't huge. It's certainly workable, so let's see what they can do with this. Fnatic are going to be locking down C, but they've committed 2 players here who, well, they could have been done with sticking over by this A side. Now Unfixed is left in a world of trouble. Players now starting to pour in from MYM. Nade goes over, nice work there, buys him a little bit of time, but the push from the side from Punch does the damage, does the work, claims them A, and actually they have enough time to get back towards B to just defend anyone making a counter push. Mort is in a good position, but I'm not sure if he's there fast enough to have a clean capture. Wafi picking up kill after kill is going to make it even harder, as now Ducky comes to the peak, but he gets picked up from the side. Ducky and Punch sweep them away. And this could, by all rights, be a triple cap for MYM coming out. They've got a player on C nicely hidden away. They've got 3 players by B. Don't need anyone by A because the likes of Flax held them back long enough. So C, probably their weakest point, has the likes of Safe here. And this man can do real wonders, but he's pincered in. And now Ducky holding the cross towards him, trying to keep him safe from at least mid. And look at this. They are just making it really costly to Fnatic. Every choice that they're not making right now is causing them pain. So Mort now does find his way down that side of A and does get himself towards the C side, pushes in, gets one, looks for the follow-up, gets denied by Safe, and Safe somehow held on to this site, and they've held on so damn long here. Too easy, really the only player from Fnatic who's been able to cause any sort of trouble, gets himself towards A, and they've got a bit of a 2-2 split coming out from this one right now. Unfixed does get the fire up, but just gets mowed down in by the 3 players from MYM who stacked B. And MYM look incredible. This is absolutely brilliant stuff from these guys. Fnatic looked strong on the first half, but right now they look like they're being outplayed completely and utterly. As Fnatic are left just with A, they're losing out on that. They're going to go for the scraps of C, but MYM quickly eyeing up their chances towards this A side. Safe is going for the challenge. Nade's coming in. He's going to go for more. Gets denied that kill, but quickly Punch comes around the side, gets the tag, gets the frag. That is Unfixed, down and out. He knows there's another. He saw the nade coming over, and he gets the kill. Punch is being a beast right now, and they're holding this 2-to-1. Hell, they even go for triple caps every now and then, and Punch at 9-2 is definitely a reason as to why. So let's see what he can do now. I like watching this guy. He's not actually in the midst of the action, really. It's probably going to be Flax more than him. So Flax will be the first man to take a bit of a beating from the side, but safe on the flank. Does pick a good couple up. And look at that, only 2 players left alive for Fnatic. They're struggling here, and really, MYM could be taking their position. This is looking brilliant for them. What a start, 127 to 42. Perfect play from MYM. They got the start they wanted, and they've maintained dominance throughout. Well, Fnatic got it from the back spawn more than anything else, and it's being run over time and time again. Fnatic are the #1 in the season so far, and at the moment, MYM, who are 4th, are coming back in with a vengeance. Ducky roaming around the back. He doesn't get picked up. He gets the spot, gets the kill with Waffy in tow, and now looking for a way through. They can pick back up on B. Fnatic have been so slow on their rotates. They weren't even in a position to get through anywhere else. MYM, what a perfect play from these guys. What a brilliant way to kick things off here. And a triple cap to just add insult to injury. No matter the deficit, they have come out guns blazing, looking incredible. So, my word, ladies and gentlemen, MYM, I doubted them on the first map, on the first half. You know, it looked, pretty close. Fnatic looked strong. But MYM, hell, they were just holding back. They were thinking, all right, we are going to just take our time and then become absolute beasts on the second half. That's exactly what they've done. Valu's barely had a chance to even warm up into this yet. And now here we go. Valu takes his time around, he gets the kill, but it's 11 tickets. There's not enough. MYM have just brute forced their way through, and players are out. They're not sticking around for this one. GG, well played to said. Fnatic just got absolutely and utterly trashed there, ladies and gents. They've left the server. Only Morton Drunks left alive. Wow. I don't think any of us expected that one. Jesus Christ. 2-1 to MYM. They lost out on their map choice. They turned up on Storm. And they won on Locker against Fnatic. Not what we expected to see, but this is the caliber of games we can get when we get to the semi-final stages. So guys, I'm going to take a very quick break, but I'll be back in about 5 minutes with the next semi-final coming up. And obviously, this is the first game. We've still got 2 more to come and a very special guest to join us in the final game. So do stay tuned. I'll be back in 5.